Good afternoon, Soul Tribe. It's Friday, January the 13th. How are you doing today? Before we go any further, I just want to take a moment to encourage you to take a deep breath in through your nose, allowing the air fill your lungs. Breathing in that prana feels amazing, and then breathing out, letting it flow throughout your whole body, filling it with peace and healing. Namaste. It's an interesting day for many reasons. So first of all, today is a day that we're reclaiming that's been misused for so long as a point of superstition and fear and serious abuse in the past. Today's a day to honor and celebrate the divine feminine that has been so badly wounded by the persecution of healers, of seers, of those who were intuitively connected in ages past, especially women, but men as well. And knowing about the hundreds of years of persecution that went on in Europe and all over the world, it's important for us to take a moment to reflect, I feel, on what that means for us, what we can learn from that, and how we can heal from it. At the time, the divine masculine was badly corrupted, misguided in so many ways. And the divine feminine was being severely suppressed. Now that we're coming into Aquarius, coming into a new era, it's a time where we can heal those old wounds by coming together. And think about today how you can honor the divine feminine in you, how you can show up to be a nurturer, a healer. Even if it's something as simple as making some food for someone who needs it, or sending someone some healing, or blessing someone who's blessed you or who just needs it. There's so many powerful ways that we can do that. And divine masculines, it's our job to rise up. Everyone has a divine feminine and a divine masculine side. And it's important for us to be able to stand up and protect and make it possible for the divine feminine to do that healing, that necessary work, to create the boundaries that we need to offer that protection. Sometimes that means standing up for what's right. Sometimes that means saying no to someone who's been abusive. Whatever it might be, use your intuition to guide you and help you figure it out. But speaking specifically to the men who are more in that divine masculine role, where can we, I ask you, as much as I'm asking myself, where can we go to better protect the divine feminine and allow her space to flourish at this time, to grow? How can we be like Yeshua to Mary Magdalene at this time? And that can look like many things. That can look like, helping to fix something that needs to be fixed, that could be dangerous, that someone could get hurt by. It could be, going out and protesting against something ridiculous that you see out there. But it can also mean just not agreeing to the control narratives that we've been subjected to for so long. And we are finally starting to see some major movement on that front. Just today, the BBC finally admitted that maybe the whole pushing the thing in the arm, the way that they did, maybe that wasn't such a good idea. Now, so many of us have spoken our truth and said what we needed to say on that front, standing up in the past. We need to keep doing that, but in a way that is balanced by the divine feminine, allowing space for those who are coming to that realization that maybe it wasn't such a good idea, without attacking them, without wanting to come at it from a place of revenge. And I certainly get it. Revenge is a very tempting prospect, and it's hard to resist sometimes. But it is always empty and never satisfying, and only causes more pain and suffering in the end. So, as tempting as it might be to go and bash people over the head with "I told you so's" and things like that, take a moment. I encourage you to take a moment, hold that space for them, consider how hard it was for them to stand up, allow them the time of growth that they need, and be willing to welcome them and forgive them, while at the same time not compromising your principles and the truth that you stand for. Balancing the divine feminine and the divine masculine. I think we're going to see some really positive developments this weekend. I don't know exactly how it's going to turn out, but I think we already are. There has been so much going on in the background. Recently, I asked Jason, Soldier of Light, about the New Year's Eve events. All of the massive amounts of fog that were covering the country. And in addition to that, like the fireworks, like there were way more fireworks than there usually are at this time of year. And it turns out that they were both, naturally the fog occurred as a result of the extreme temperature change in the US. But it was also used as a way to cover for all of the white hat operations going on. And there is so much going on to bring an end to human and child trafficking. And we may not see it firsthand, but it's happening. And again, what can we do? Balancing that divine feminine and divine masculine. Where are there children or those in your life who need protection or care or whatever it might be? How can you be there for them? How can we show up for them today? How can we honor Christ consciousness today by doing so? If you like, I'd ask you to share your opinions in the comments below, and I'd really appreciate it. It's cold out here, but it's beautiful by this little stream. And just taking a moment to reconnect with Gaia, with Source, Creator Consciousness, and sending you all so much love and peace today. Happy Friday the 13th. let's do the best that we can to show up, to protect the divine feminine, and to nurture with her as well. Namaste, soul family.